Kalungkutan, sayang. Naligo pa naman na ako para sure ball.
Wala sir,
Ito naman din.
naantay ko nga eh.
Oo nga din eh. Okay, sige. Tara. Let's continue. Okay, kalungkutan talaga indeed. Pero tuloy lang natin pag-aaral natin. Malay mo, meron sila ulit magkaroon na hindi pagkakaunawaan. Round 2. Ay, nako. Okay. Instantaneous rigidity, which occurs at the moment of death. Oh, ang tanong dito ay instantaneous sa 461. Therefore, since instantaneous yan, ang tawag ay 461, bravo, cadaveric spasm. Next, 462. During autopsy, alin ang binubuksan? Sa autopsy, ang binubuksan muna dyan is ito, cranial box. This one. Ulo muna, bababayan eh. Cranial box ang binubuksan. That's definitely first if yan ang pwede. Okay? Now, let's discuss that part. Yan. Okay. Meron tayong tinatawag na postmortem examination, which is also known as the PME, and we also have the so-called autopsy. Kapag postmortem examination, this is more on the external examination of the body. Ang pinaka-focus kapag postmortem examination, ang postmortem examination ay more on the entrance and exit wounds. Whereas ang autopsy naman, okay, other term is necropsy. It is the internal examination of the body. Usually, internal examination as ang pinag-aaralan na is yung cause of death and manner of death. So, sa 462, ang unang binubuksan ay cranial box, which is yung ulo. Next, a medical legal autopsy is performed. Bakit nagko-conduct ng medical legal? Sa lahat ng senaryo dito, tayo ay nagko-conduct ng medical legal autopsy para malaman kung bakit yung isang taong healthy ay bigla na lang namamatay. Ang tawag sa Delta ay yan yung sudden death. Yan yung suspicious death. Okay? Next, continue. Okay? 464. Abdul Tahamud Tigas visualized of raping Masikip Pooks last night that he used a lubricant from Premier, a vibrator, and a dildo to gain carnal knowledge of Maki Pooks. Si Masikip Pooks. What was the crime committed? Ang crime na commit niyan, letter, no crime. Walang crime dyan. Bakit? Visualized. So, ibig sabihin kapag visualize, ini-imagine pa lang niya. Ini-imagine pa lang niya. Next. 465. Sinuntok ni Saitama ang diamante at nag-crack. Ano ang tawag sa crack na comes second and on the same side of the force applied? Ang tawag dyan ay concentric crack. There are two types of cracks. There are two types of cracks. The first one is called radial, two is called concentric. Kapag ang crack mo ay comes second and the same side as the force applied, that is concentric. Kapag sinabi mo namang radial, ang radial crack ay comes first and opposite as the force applied. Yan ang two types of crack. Basically, radial yung mahabang crack. Concentric is yung crack na pabilog. Sa lengguwahe ng crack, ang isang ruling sa lengguwahe ng crack ay yung unang crack, hindi niya tatagusan yung pangalawa. Kaya kung ito ang nauna at may crack na pa ganyan at dito ang huminto, definitely ito ang una, ito ang pangalawa. Okay? Next. Lupin the third with intent to gain when to BDO to steal money. he found out that the bank's entrance door was open and was able to enter without getting caught. As soon as he got the money, however, a trap sprung and he was about to get locked inside the bank. To prevent himself from being locked, he destroyed the window and he escaped from there. What was the crime committed? Si Lupin daw ay magnanakaw ng pera. Nakita niya na yung entrance door ng bangko ay bukas. Pumasok siya. Kinuha niya yung pera. Pagkuha niya ng pera, parang nagkaroon ng activate ng alarm. Nung nagkaroon ng alarm, para hindi siya mapagsarhan, siya ay tumakas. Pero in the process ng kanyang pagtakas, nasira niya ang bintana. Ano ang kaso? Very good. On this scenario, ang pinakakaso ay consummated theft. Baka merong magtanong sa inyo, Sir, yes po. Sabi, destroyed the window. Dapat po robbery yan, hindi po. Ang nakalagay po, ang force upon things, ay happens only during the commission of the act.
During exit naman.
And not, yes, hindi kasamang exit. And not at the exit. Because ang isang theft or ang isang pagnanakaw, the moment na makuha mo na yung
Without
gamit,
force.
okay? Pag nakuha mo na yung gamit, that is consummated. Now, on this scenario, nung nakuha niya yung property, hindi siya gumamit ng kahit ang either force upon things or ng intimidation upon persons. Kung kaya't, ang naging itsura
Open
nito,
door. Open door
dahil
man.
ganito ang naging itsura, ang kaso niya ay consummated theft. Okay? 466 is Charlie. Okay? Next. May nagtanong na open window. Kahit na po, yung open window ang ginamit mo niyang pantakas, it is not consummated robbery. Kasi po, as I have explained,
Entrance. Open
po,
door man. Without force.
o nga, pinasok niya nga ng walang force, kaya nga hindi siya naging robbery. Ang pinag-uusapan natin
Yes,
na part is yung na-destroy niya yung window upon exit, which is irrelevant. Okay po? Next, ang subject po natin ay hindi lang po legal med. Baka po nakakalimutan nyo po, meron din po tayong special crime investigation. Kaya pinag-aaralan po natin ang robbery at theft. Hindi lang po legal med ang subject nyo po. Ang subject nyo po ay Special Crime Investigation 1 with legal medicine. So that's technically 2 subjects. Isang Special Crime Investigation na may legal med. Kaya po pinag-aaralan natin ito. Okay po? Next, let's continue. Si Jack the Ripper daw ay isang famous na killer sa Whitechapel sa paraan ng pagpatay niya ng biktima. Isang gabi, meron daw dugo sa ceiling, meron daw spray sa wall, at finally, pagkatapos daw, binubuksan niya at nilalaro niya yung organ. Minsan, meron daw impression na may tool. There are blood on the walls. Ano ang ibig sabihin yan? Kapag ang dugo ay nasa dingding, dalawa lang yan. Pero on this scenario, nandyan yung sagot. Ang exasperated spatter, yan ay dugo galing sa baga. Yan yung halimbawa yung mga nakita nyo sa TV, yung kapag binaril ka, tapos biglang, tutuloy yung dugo dito sa bibig. Ang tawag dun ay exasperated spatter, which is yung iyong dugo ay galing sa lungs. Next, ang cast off naman ay dugo usually na makikita mo sa kisame. For example, ito ang murder weapon. Kung ito ang murder weapon at pinampalong ganyan, pak! Kasabay inangat. Pag inangat mong ganyan, yung dugo tatama sa kisame. Ang tawag mo doon ay cast off. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ay dingding. Kapag dingding yan, usually it comes from the spray coming here. That is called arterial spray. 467, that is Bravo. Next, 468. Meron daw 4 na aplikante and kailangan mo daw na i-check. Okay? Yung pangalawang babae, marunong ng Kama Sutra, pero hindi pa daw bukas. Noong tawag sa virginity na ganyan. Kapag may kaalaman ka sa sex, pero hindi pa siya nagiging active sa sex, that is called bravo, physical virginity. Okay? Tatlo, apat, ang uri natin ng virginity. You have the moral virginity, which is yung ibig sabihin natin ay has no knowledge of sex. You have the physical virginity, which is has knowledge but has yet to do sexual activities. You have the so-called demi-virgin, which is has done all sexual liberties except penetration. And then finally, you have Virgo intacta, which is has been penetrated but has yet to give birth. Yan yung apat. Okay? Next. Let's continue. (469). Sa 469, ito daw ang official na pagtatanong sa isang tao or ng pulis sa mga pagkakataon na nakapalibot sa mga pagkakamatay, that is homicide investigation. 469, that is Charlie. Next, investigation. 470, next. 470 is different. Lupin the third, with intent to gain, went to BDO to steal money. Going through the window, which was found closed, he smashed the window so that he can enter, but was surprised that Inspector Zenigata was there waiting for him. He was caught. What was the crime committed? Ang crime dito is letter Bravo, attempted robbery. Ngayon, may magsasabi, sir, bakit hindi po trespass to dwelling? Nakapasok lang naman po. Madali lang yan. Nakalagay sa tanong with intent to gain. Naka-clearly specified sa tanong na with intent to gain. Therefore, he has entered the house, not vague kung ano yung gagawin niya. Because nakalagay sa tanong kung ano ang intent. Okay? Okay? Wait lang po. Excuse me lang po.
No sound.
Okay, sorry. Nan, sa 470, clearly stated ang intent. Kaya yan ay attempted robbery. However, kung sakali na maging itsura niyan ay walang minention na intent to gain, then it can also be Charlie. Yan ang tamang sagot dyan kung walang intent to gain. Okay po? So 470, bravo. Next, 471. Ano ang pinakamagandang nagpapaliwanag ng special crime investigation? Sa 471, ang pinakamagandang nagpapaliwanag ng special crime investigation ay lahat ng yan. Okay? However, dahil may nakalagay sa 471 na best, the best example is ito yan, of course. It requires special techniques. Ang tinutukoy dito na modern techniques, ang tinutukoy dito is yung application ng forensics. Kaya siya tinawag na special crime. Okay? Next, 472. Binaril daw siya pero naka-hard press ang trigger sa temple. Pag naka-hard press, that would mean letter alpha. That is contusion collar. Ang tawag sa 472 ay contact firing. Ang tawag sa 472 ay contact firing, which means the firearm is fired at extreme close ranges. Now, in this regard, yung contact firing na yan, the first one is contusion collar. Kapag contusion collar, the firearm, or exactly the muzzle, is hard pressed to the target. Kaya kapag ang itsura niya, since nakadiin siyang ganyan, nakapasa, may pasa siyang pabilog, sa kasunog yung paligid. Ang tawag mo dyan ay contusion collar. Next, number 2. Ang number 2 is tinatawag na singeing. If you're using old books ng special crime, that is called burning. Ang burning naman occurs when the firearm is 0 to 6 inches ang layo niya. Nakadikit siya na kapag pumutok, sunog yung paligid. That is singeing or burning, followed by smudging, which is 6 to 12 inches. And finally, 4, you have tattooing, 12 to 24 inches. Kapag singeing, malapit yung butas sa target, nasusunog yung balat. Kapag smudging, medyo malayo, yung mga pulbura magkakadikit pa nung dumikit sa ulo. Normally. Pag tattooing, sobrang layo, pero hindi pa ganun kalayo na kapag tumama yung mga gunpowder, para siyang sinabuyan ng paminta. So 472, ang number niyan or ang answer is contusion collar. Next. Virgin in a medical aspect. Virgin in a medical aspect is the unruptured hymen. Okay? There are 2 ways to commit rape. And those are yung parehas na binanggit. And as I have explained later, madali lang unawain yan. Kapag ang ginawa ay tite, puke, that is sexual intercourse. Anything that is not the tite and puke connecting to each other, that is sexual assault. Okay? Next, 475. Is there a crime as theft with physical injuries? Meron bang crime na theft with physical injuries? Yes po, meron. 475, the answer is yes. Meron pong kasong theft with physical injuries. Madali lang mangyari ang crime ng theft with physical injuries. Okay? How does it work? For example, si person A naglalakad sa may simbahan ng Quiapo. Nakita yung bag ni person B. Ang ginawa ni person A, ninakaw yung gamit ni person B. Ninakaw yung gamit ni person B. Pag nakaw ng gamit ni person B, si person A ay nakatakas pa for a while. Nang biglang malaman ni person B, nagkatingingan silang dalawa ni person A, parang alam niyo yun, when you look me in the eyes, nagkatinginan silang ganyan. Nung nagkatinginan silang ganyan, matik, tumakbo si B. Ay, tumakbo si A. Pagtakbo ni A, hinabol ni B. Ngayon, mahabol na ni B si A. Ang ginawa ni A, nakipagsuntukan kay B para hindi makuha yung nakaw na gamit. Nakipagsuntukan nga, nanalo sa suntukan si A, nakatakas. Ang kaso po nun ay theft with physical injuries. Why theft with physical injuries? The moment na nakuha na ng walang kahit anong force upon things or intimidation upon persons, that constitutes as theft. However, unbroken yung chain of events, nalaman na yung bag na kinuha ay bahagi nung theft na pagnanakaw. Kaya dinipensahan niya. So yung physical injury na yon connected sa theft. Kaya yes po, there is a crime of theft with physical injuries. I've heard of this case from Attorney Makamasagapit, which actually makes a lot of sense. Kaya for 175, alpha. Yes po, ano po, special complex crime yan eh. Okay po? Sir, pagkuha niya sir sa gamit blow time man sila good. Ay, tol, sorry ha, Tagalog bro. Han maawatan ti Bisaya. Okay? Kaya ano po? Hinablot. Okay, nagets ko na. Hindi niya hinablot. On the example na binigay ko sa inyo, hindi ang paghablot ay nagets ko na. Ang paghablot ay hindi po sa akin, kwentong ginamit ko sa inyo, hindi niya hinablot. Kinuha lang niya. Okay ba yon? Paghablot kasi, when you say hablot, there is a conscious sign of hawakan. Okay? Kapag hinablot, mayroon siyang sign na hahawakan. Okay? Kaya kapag ganyan, ang tawag natin kapag ganyan ay meron yan, possible yan na maging di pa rin eh. Di pa rin force upon things yun eh. Theft pa rin yun pag nakipaghablutan eh. Theft yun. Kasi ang force upon things, bahay eh. Specifically stated na bahay yun eh. Or rather, mostly ginagamit sa bahay. Yung example ng force upon things eh. Intimidation upon person is tinakot yung tao. Literal. Yun yun. Kaya 475, alpha. Yes. Okay? Wag nyo kong pinapakitaan ng lengguwahe pag ako nagsalita din ako ng Ilocano. Kung sila'y naghablut ay, sir, anong tawag doon? Kung parehas silang naghablutan, if you will ask me, that falls more on theft pa rin. As hindi pa rin yung robbery. Kasi ang robbery kapag force upon things, it is known na pag sinabing things, bahay. Ang tinutukoy nung law doon eh. Kaya yun ang sa akin. Okay po? Next. 476. Tupin the third with intent to gain, broke the door, the BDO. After he broke the door, however, to his surprise, Inspector Zenigata was waiting for him. He was caught. What was the crime committed? What was the crime committed?
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Okay? Ang case nito ay 476, bravo.
Broke the
Okay?
door.
476 is bravo. Okay? Okay? Next, 477. Abdul Tahamud Digas. So, CD na lang ng Grota step para maliwanagan po. Medyo naguluhan. Difference na lang ng robbery at theft. Well, generally speaking, ang main difference ng theft and robbery is technically on the manner.
Force and intimidation, robbery.
Okay? The main difference is the manner. It has the same intent, which is animus lucrandi,
Intent to
or
gain.
intent to gain. Okay? Now, ang theft is generally, if you look at it, ito ay taking of one's
Without,
property.
without,
Okay? Ito ay taking of one's property,
without force and intimidation.
okay? Without force upon things or intimidation. Okay? Wait lang po. Wait lang po ulit. One more time. Wait lang po. Okay, sorry. Continuing on, teka, one by one. Okay? Next, kapag sinabi nating robbery, okay, sorry. Kapag sinabi nating robbery, ang robbery naman ay taking of one's property, palagay na natin, taking of one's property with force upon things or intimidation upon persons. Ngayon, para lang sa pinakamadali ang pagpapaliwanag ng theft at robbery. Sa pinakamadali, ang pinaparating sa inyo ng theft at robbery sa pinakamadaling paliwanag ay may force. Now, kapag sinabi nating force, halimbawa, let's say you have a bag. Let's say meron akong bag. Itong bag na to, hawak kong ganito, nakipaghablutan ako. Hindi ibig sabihin na parang kapag sinabing force upon things, ay itong bag na to dahil nakikipag-agawan ka, counted as force upon things. Kapag sinabi ng tao sa'yo na ibigay mo yung bag mo, kundi babariling kita, yun yung intimidation upon persons. Kaya ibibigay mo yung bag. Pero yung force upon things is generally understood as parang kapag may breaking of one's property to gain access. Kaya usually naririnig mo na kino-quote yung force upon things usually sa mga bahay. Yan ang understanding ko dyan. Kaya yan yung main difference nila. Okay? Yung isa merong element of force at yung isa walang element ng force. Or rather yung isa hindi alam na kinuhanan mo, which is theft, and yung isa alam na kinuhanan mo, which is robbery. Yan ang isa sa mga main starting difference nila. Okay? So yun yung ating pagkakapitan muna so far. Okay? Next. Pa-explain yung mga complex crime ng robbery. Ang pinaka-complex crime ng robbery is yung famous na robbery with homicide. Yun ang sure ako. When we say robbery with homicide, yung pagpatay ng tao is essential to the commit or to commit the crime of robbery. For example, magnanakaw ka sa bangko. Ngayon, ang problema, hindi ka makapagnakaw sa bangko kasi may nagbabantay. May nagbabantay doon sa bangko. Kaya ang ginawa mo ngayon para makapagnakaw ka, para makuha mo yung perang tinatamasa mo, pinatay mo yung guardian nagbabantay ng bangko, then ninakaw mo yung gamit. The first intent, the primary intent is to steal. But there is something blocking that very prime goal of stealing, which is the guard. So you killed the part of the guard. Pag ganun ang itsura nun, that would fall on robbery with homicide. Okay po? Yun po yung part ng robbery with homicide, of which yung pagpatay is continuous to the crime of robbery, and at the same time, yung intent, it does not separate, as yung isang intent is ginawa in order to fulfill the other. Yun ang alam ko po na may robbery with homicide. Yun ang sure ako. Yung others, I'm not sure ng ibang complex crime, pero ang sure po ko dyan is yung robbery with homicide. Okay po? Next. Sir, kasi po yung example nyo kanina na nakipaghabulan, tapos lumaban yung victim, di ba sabi nyo theft with physical injuries? Kasi sa ibang review center na panood po, considered as robbery. With what you have said, sige po, you can consider it as such. Pero ako po, theft with physical injuries po ako. As I have heard it directly from an attorney. Kaya mas kinakapitan ko yung sinabi ni attorney na yon. Saka at the same time, yung pinaliwanag ko po kanina, if I will explain it again, yung bag ay kinuha niya. The moment na kinuha niya yung bag ng walang force upon things and force upon persons, that the act is already consummated. And without the element of upon force upon things or intimidation upon persons, that is already consummated theft. So ibig sabihin nun, nagawa niya na yung theft. The moment na nalaman ng tao na ninakawan siya at nakipaghabulan siya, the theft has already been consummated. And yung pakikipag-away ng tao doon para panatilihin yung property is no longer connected with the stealing, with the act of stealing, as the item has already been stolen. It's an all fight to retain the item. Kaya po ang sagot doon ay theft with physical injury. Okay po? Yun po ang paliwanag ko po doon. Okay po? At yun po ang kinakapitan ko. As it appeals more to logic rather than yung isipin mo siyang robbery. Kasi hindi siya magiging robbery as yung element na ginawa niya nung kinuha niya yung bag does not fall upon robbery. It's the same way yung following yung principle ng bintana. Sinira niya yung bintana nung patakas na siya, which is post-stealing o pagtapos nung pagnanakaw niya. Kaya siya, it does not no longer constitute yung ingredient niya or yung requisite niya for the robbery. Kasi nakuha mo na bago ka lumalis. Okay po? Yun po yun. Thank you very much po. Next. Ask ko lang po ba, meron po bang arson with homicide sa board exam? Wala po. Wala po tayong arson with homicide. As per PD 1613, kung ang isang bahay ay nasunog at laking gulat mo, meron palang tulog doon sa bahay na nasunog, that is arson to the maximum penalty. However, it's different if you burn the house to kill the person inside. That is murder through the means of fire. Okay? Next. Gusto ko lang malinawan, sir, kasi maraming lumabas dyan. Lumabas dyan, robbery and theft. Thank you, sir. Okay, sige. We will go along naman eh. Saka ibibigay ko naman sa inyo yung handout. Sir, pagbaliktad, binugbog mo muna bago mo kunin yung gamit. Then that may fall as robbery. Kapag binugbog mo muna yung tao, yung property is not yet with you. So you committed the act of violence to the person to get the property. So, ibig sabihin nun, binugbog bago mo kinuha. Nung nakuha mo na, nasa katuparan mo na. Pagnanakaw na yon, that is robbery because binugbog mo, there's a force or intimidation, then saka mo kinuha. So, pasok sa robbery yon because the element fits more there. Okay? Rather than yung opposite. Yung nakuha niya muna, tapos nagkakabulan, nagkaabutan, nagkasuntukan. Okay po? Yun na yun. Okay? May ganyan din pala na tanungan. Yes po. Kasi nag-iimbestiga kayo ng nakaw sa CDI. Tandaan nyo po, sa board exam, lahat pwedeng itanong sa CDI. Hindi ako magugulat kapag tinanong kayo sa CDI ng dying declaration. Kasi merong dying declaration ng first responder. Hindi ako magugulat kapag tinanong ka ng theft or robbery. Kasi mag-iimbestiga ka ng nakaw eh. Hindi ako magugulat kapag tinanong ka doon ng bangkay. Kasi kahit na meron sa criminalistics ang forensic chem, meron ding special crime ang CDI. Meron po talaga yan. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo pa ulit-ulit kanina, o kahit ng mga nakaraang araw, kapag CDI ka, jack of all trades ka. Knows everything, master of none ka. Kaya mga pinakamagagaling na lecturer ng CDI, masters everything yan. Kasi lahat yan, meron kang branches dyan. Part ka ng judicial process ng system. Kaya nga ang tawag sa investigation sa PNP, the prosecuting arm of the PNP. Bakit ka tinatawag na prosecuting arm? Kasi ikaw ang taga-sampa eh. Ikaw ang taga-imbestiga. At pag meron kang napatunayan na may probable cause or meron kang napatunayan na merong nangyaring offense, it is the job of the investigator to file it as a case. Kaya meron ka talagang law. Okay po, malinaw? Malinaw? Okay? Okay? Kaya yun po yun. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. 477. Sa 477 ng rape daw, pero hindi matigas. What was the crime committed? Yun pa rin yun, rape by sexual intercourse. Kasi dun pa rin yun, tite at puki na concept. Next. All of the following best describes carnal knowledge except happiness, syempre. Happiness. Okay? Next. Let's continue. Okay? 479. Sa 479, Lupin III, with intent to gain, went to BDO to steal money. He found out that the bank's entrance door was open and was able to enter without getting caught. As soon as he got the money, he ran and escaped. Inspector Zenigata, who was taking a coffee break from near the bank, saw him and traced him. He was caught. What was the crime committed? Siyempre, wala namang binanggit na kahit ano, that is consummated theft. Okay po? There is no crime of frustrated theft and frustrated robbery. Wala pong crime ng frustrated theft at frustrated robbery. Akala mo na nakaw mo, yung pala hindi. Wala pong ganun po. No po. Next. 480. Okay. Pero may arson and homicide. For example, pinatay mo yung tao, tapos conceal mo yung evidence, sinunog mo buong bahay and evidence yun pasok. Arson and homicide, buddy. Tama ba ako, sir? O, buddy. Teka, buddy ha. Isa-isayin natin yan. Sa pinaliwanag mong senaryo, arson and homicide. So, pwedeng pasok yon. Arson and homicide. Magkaiba ang concept ng wit and and. Magkaiba ang concept niyan. When you say with, ang ibig sabihin ng with ay magkasama. Ang ibig sabihin ng and ay magkahiwalay na bagay. Kaya kung halimbawa, basing on the scenario lang, example, halimbawa, robbery and homicide, for example, versus robbery with homicide. Magkaiba ang robbery and homicide sa robbery with homicide. Magkaiba yan. Okay? Yung robbery and homicide may also be read as one count of robbery and one count of homicide. Yung isa, iba talaga yung isa. Robbery with homicide. Ito, there are two intents. To steal and to kill. This one, there is only one intent. That is to steal. But the stealing cannot be done without achieving the other. Okay? Kaya dyan papasok, yes, dyan papasok yung mga complex at yung mga special complex crime. Okay po? Ngayon, hindi ko gamay or memorize lahat ng special complex crime at complex crime. Okay? I admit na hindi ko alam yan. Pero when it comes to the explanation on how robbery and homicide and robbery with homicide works, that one I can explain. Which is yung nakasulat na ngayon, na nakikita nyo ngayon sa inyong presentation o sa inyong harapan. Okay? Okay? Next. Thank you very much. Okay, next. Let's continue. (480) Ano daw? Meron daw blood impression that shows a tool. Ang tawag mo sa ganyang blood pattern ay void pattern. 480, that is delta, void pattern. Okay, 480, delta, that is void pattern. Next. Yung isa daw, kaya niyang magpalabasan ng babae ng 3 seconds gamit ang daliri. Pero hindi pa napapasukan. That is demi-virgin. 481, Charlie. Okay, example sir, intention ko magnakaw ng bank. Tapos pinatay ko yung guard. Robbery with homicide ba ang kaso sir? Kung yung pagpatay mo ng guard ay may kinalaman sa pagnanakaw mo, yes po. I believe that's robbery with homicide. However, kung yung pagpatay mo ng guard ay wala namang kinalaman sa pagnanakaw mo, then that is another count of a different crime. Okay po? Yun po ang difference nila. Kung baliktad sir, na pinatay niya muna bago ang pagpatay, then pwede yon. Magiging itsura nun 1 count of homicide and then 1 count of robbery. Pero para mas mapadali siguro, ang gagawin lang nila doon, robbery and homicide. Para lang hindi mahirapang basahin. Pero definitely, 2 crimes yon kung dalawa yon. Kung halimbawa, the first intent is to kill, then the second intent is to steal. Okay po? Okay po? Okay, thank you very much. Next. 482. 482. Ang pagpinto ng lahat ng pangangailangan ng katawan para wala ng posibilidad na mabuhay muli. That is, thank you very much po, that is death. Next, 483. Ang pag-aaral ng nangyaring dugo sa crime scene is blood pattern analysis. 483 is Bravo. Ang legal sa virgin, ang isang legal sa virgin ay ibig sabihin is a good woman, is a single woman with a good moral reputation. Is there a crime of prostrated rape? No. 486. Okay? 482, sir. Pwede pa explain po yung iba. 482. Okay. Sige, no worries. Thank you very much. Sige. You have, una, the basic, which is death. Which is death. Okay lang, no worries. Death. Death, ang ibig sabihin ng death ay the opposite of life. It can also be defined as the termination of life. Okay? Pero generally, it is defined as the complete cessation of all vital functions in the body without the possibility of survival or resuscitation. Now, please take note lang, kapag sinabi mo na kapag sinabi mong vital function, ang vital function ng body ay tatlo. The first one is nahinga ka. In short, there is respiration. Pangalawa, natibok ang puso mo. There is palpation. And finally, nagalaw ka. There is movement or there is motor movement. Yan ang tatlong vital functions. Now, death has three types of death. You have the so-called somatic or clinical death. You have the cellular or molecular death. Then you have yung state of suspended animation, which is technically ang state of suspended animation or apparent death. Kapag state of suspension or apparent death, ito ay temporary cessation of vital functions in the body. Kapag cellular, okay, apparent death na. Kapag sinabi nating apparent death at temporary cessation, yan yung panadali ang paghinto ng pangangailangan ng katawan. For example, nahimatay, nakakoma, ang tawag doon ay apparent death. Kapag cellular or molecular death, ito naman ay death of individual cells, usually occurring 0 to 3 hours after death. Next. Finally, you have the somatic or clinical death, which is two things. The first one is death declared by doctors. Ito ay isa pang mahabang meaning. Yung naririnig na famous na CPC, yung it is the complete, walang kulang, persistent, nagpapatuloy, and continuous, walang hinto, cessation of all vital functions in the body. Okay? Okay? Yan yung ibig sabihin ng somatic or clinical death. Okay po? Yan yung ibig sabihin ng somatic or clinical death. Now, sa board exam, isa sa mga paboritong kino-confuse yan. Yung difference ng somatic at ng death. Okay? Isa yan sa paborito na pinag-aano nila. Okay? Na nililito nila. Okay? Ang kailangan mo ditong matandaan is yung state of the body. Kapag yan ay wala ng posibilidad na mabuhay, that is death. Kapag wala ng posibilidad na mabuhay, that is completely death. The very definition. Pero kapag yan ay parang open-ended, na wala pa siya yung possibility na word, that is somatic death. As doctors can mispronounce death, but being the actual death that you are experiencing, it can no longer be corrected. Okay? Nakakalito talaga yan. Common sa board exam na nililito yan. Para hindi ka malito, tandaan mo yung wala ng posibilidad na mabuhay muli. Nandoon ang pinaka-essence. Okay? Nandoon yung pinaka-essence. Okay? Next. Let's continue. 483 din. Okay. Sa 483, yung blood pattern analysis, ito yung pag-aaral, o yung tulad na nakalagay dyan, the study of blood stains at the crime scene and what they mean. Kapag sinabi naman natin na blood analysis, the study of the components of blood, parang blood chem. Kapag blood dialysis, usually ito yung sa may mga cancer, yung dugo, pinapalitan, nire-replace. Okay? The replacement, the replacing of blood. Kapag blood transfusion, ito naman ay transferring of blood. Okay? Yan naman ay transferring of blood. Okay na? Next. Okay na? Next, let's continue. Let's continue. Is hold up the same with robbery? Ang hold up ba ay same ng robbery? The answer is yes po. Normally, yung term na ginagamit nila sa robbery ay hold up. Okay? Ang term na ginagamit nila sa robbery usually ay hold up. Okay? Next. 487. Tulad nung kanina na pinag-usapan natin, ito naman ay first crack. Kapag first crack, that is radial. 487, Charlie. Yan na. Okay? Ay, hold on for a while.
Sir, nakamute ko po.
Okay, sorry ulit. Okay, game. For the first question, ang tanong dito, with intent to gain, pumunta ng BDO para magnakaw. Bukas yung bintana, pero masyadong maliit. Kaya inabot niya yung pera sa bintana. Tapos, nagulat na lang sila, nag-aabang si Zenigata doon. Nahuli yung tao. Ano ang krimen? In this one, this is attempted theft. Or kung sakaling matuloy yan, that is consummated theft. Pag tinanong kayo kung why theft at hindi robbery, kasi inabot lang. For it to be consummated as robbery or to be robbery, kailangan ang naging itsura nun pumasok sa loob or pumasok sa isang hole na hindi intended for human entry. Okay? Okay? Next, for the second one, ang naging itsura ay ganun din. Bukas yung entrance door at pumasok. Laking gulat, nag-aabang doon. That is theft pa rin. Kasi there is no force. Next, 490. Veteran daw yung ikaapat, mayroon ng anak, but yet to give. Ay, na-penetrate na at nabuntis pero hindi pa nanganganak. 490, that is Virgo, intakta. Next, 491. External examination. Okay? Try to answer that one. Okay? Ano ang sa pinakaalam ninyo kaninang pagkakapaliwanag natin kung ano yan? Yung external examination. Okay, that is letter. Very good. Bravo. Postmortem examination. Autopsy is internal examination. Yung loob, binuksan. Okay, ang ibang tawag sa autopsy ay necropsy. Ang biopsy po yung ginagamit pang rehab ng may cancer. Usually stages 3 pataas na yan kapag may biopsy na. Okay, nasa shallow na yan ng buhay niya. Okay, next. Okay, next. 492. There is and sometimes instrument impression which is a tool. There is blood on the ceiling. May dugo daw sa kisame. Ano ang pinakamagandang salitang nagpapaliwanag nito na mayroong dugo sa kisame? Tulad ng pinaliwanag ko sa inyo, ang exasperated spray pababa, ang arteria spray sa dingding, ang cast off sa kisame. 492, Charlie. Next. 493. Okay? Yung pinakauna daw ay doesn't know what sex at hindi pa nakakakita ng cock. You are drawn to her because of her purity. Ang tawag sa 493, wala pang alam sa sex. Ang tawag dyan ay letter alpha, moral virginity. Okay? Pasensya na katula, may mga tawag ako ha. Pero okay lang naman. Binababa ko naman agad eh. Okay? Next. 494. Is there a crime of attempted rape? Meron po bang attempted rape? Yes po. 494, alpha. Attempted, meron. Frustrated rape ang wala. Next. 495, Lupin III, with intent to gain, went to BDO to steal money. He managed to get inside BDO unscathed as the entrance door was left open. He stole a safe and brought it outside the bank. Once outside the bank, he broke the safe, got the money, and escaped. 495. What was the crime committed? No, ang pinaka-crime ng 495. Very good. That is robbery. Okay? Ngayon, bakit? Kasi, nung nakuha niya yung safe, hindi pa tapos yung pagnanakaw. Natapos lang yung pagnanakaw nung sinira niya yung safe at nakuha ang pera. So yung application ng force was still ongoing to the crime. Kaya 495, that is delta. Next, 496, na ulit lang, that is bravo, concentric, crack. Next, 497. Upon reaching the doors, nilakpik niya para magpakapasok ng bangko. Nung pagpasok niya, nandun si Senigata, nag-aabang sa kanya. No, ang crime committed. 497, ang paggamit po ng lockpick is classified as robbery. So that is attempted robbery. 497, that is bravo. Next, 498. It is the killing of one person to another. That is the general term. 498, the killing of another person, that is homicide. 498, bravo. Next, 499. With intent to gain. When to BDO, pumasok sa bintana na nakabukas. Nandun pala si Zenigata, nahuli siya. Ano ang tawag sa krimen? Ang tawag sa krimen is robbery. Kasi pumasok sa bintana. Finally, nakalagay sa 500. Inspector Zenigata caught Lupin III inside a bank. What was the crime committed? Kung nahuli lang niya sa loob ng bangko, ng patambay-tambay, yan ay letter Charlie. Nakaka 500 na tayo. I'm so happy. Ngayon, itong susunod ay parang may questionnaire kasi ako dito na part na parang ang magiging itsura ay ganito yung style ng pagtatanong ni Attorney Gabaw. Ang tawag kasi sa style of questioning ni Attorney Gabaw is yung nanganganak na tanong. Ngayon, on this one, ganito yung itsura nun. Parang tinetend na i-simulate ng questionnaire ko yung ganong style. So with that, let's start. Babasahin ko yung kwento ha. Yung sa window po na entrance robbery kasi uncommon, hindi po. Tama po siya na robbery po, pero hindi yung dahilan na uncommon. It is robbery because it is an egress point, it's mean pasukan, not intended for humans. Kaya pag pumapasok ka sa bintana, kahit hindi mo binasag yung bintana, dahil pumasok ka sa isang point na that is not intended for humans, that constitutes as robbery. Okay po? Thank you very much po. Hindi siya uncommon. It's a point that's not a way for a normal person to go through. Okay po? Yan. Thank you very much po. Kaya the same din kapag halimbawa, kisame. Okay po? Now, let's start with this one. Okay? Hold on. Okay. Si Itachi daw ay member ng pulis na ang tawag ay Anbo. Ang kanya daw na misyon, pag yung kamay lang, theft yun kasi hindi pumasok. Nakalagay sa batas, dapat pumasok. If pumasok, that is robbery. If hindi pumasok, that is theft. Inabot lang. Si Itachi ay member ng pulis na Anbu. Ang kanyang mission daw ay preserve ang peace and order ng Konohagakure. Isang araw, nalaman daw niya na ang kanyang tatay ay may gusto na i-overthrow ang leader ng Konohagakure. Sabihin, para magkudeta. Maraming buhay ang mawawala kung nangyari ang kudeta. Kaya ang ginawa niya, siya mismo, pinag-isipan niya sa sarili niya na pigilan yung kudeta. Kahit patayin niya yung tatay niya at yung mga magtra-traidor. Question, is there a crime of proposal to commit murder? Meron bang crime na proposal to commit murder kung sakali? Meron bang crime na proposal to commit murder?
Wala, sir. Wala.
Okay? The answer is no. Wala pong proposal to commit murder. And in the same expense, wala din pong conspiracy to commit murder. Proposal, generally, just a general rule, proposal and conspiracy are not punishable except when the law strictly mentions of its prohibition. Ibig sabihin nun, wala pong krimen ang proposal or conspiracy to commit something generally, maliban kung merong batas na nagbabawal na sinasabing bawal po yun. Usually, yes, tama ka, yung mga pang-against the government, yung mga sedition, ang meron yan, usually sedition, misprision of treason, yan ang mga itsura niyan. Okay? Let's continue. Let's continue. Ang tatay at ang asawa na si Mikoto daw ay creature of routine. Ibig sabihin ng creature of routine, palaging may ginagawang activity. Every evening daw, dadaan sila sa isang daan na inabangan daw ni Itachi. Ngayon, nung nakita ni Itachi si Fugaku, yung kanyang ama, with treachery and without any means to defend himself, Itachi stabbed Fugaku in the back. Kanya, sa kanyang ikinamatay. Yung nanay naman niya, na-stun dahil natakot at bigla nga namang sinaksak sa likod. Nalapitan ni Itachi yung nanay niya at inislash yung leeg ng nanay niya. Yung nanay daw niya ay dahang-dahang namatay ng bleeding habang hinahawakan yung damit ni Itachi. Sa loob ng 5 oras, napakaraming pinatay ni Itachi na miyembro ng kudeta. Di umano. Kung sakaling tanungin ka, ano ang pinakamagandang magpapakita ng bangkay nila Fugaku at ni Mikoto? Ano ang pinakamagandang magpapakita ng bangkay ni Fugaku at ni Mikoto? The answer is very good. Ang pinakamagandang magpapakita niyan ay yung livor mortis. Kung sakali, ano ang pinakauna na makikita sa katawan ni Fugaku at ni Mikoto? Ano ang pinakaunang makikita na sugat? Or ano yung pinakaunang makikitang sign of death? Definitely, yung pinakaunang magpapakita dyan. That is yung livor mortis, which is to 20 to 30 minutes after death. Anong uri? Anong uri ng sugat ang natamo ni Mikoto? Anong uri ng sugat ang natamo ni Mikoto? Si Mikoto daw ay hiniwa / cleanly her mother's neck with a ninja knife. So anong tawag doon? Very good. Incise. Next. Ano daw ang tawag doon sa crime nung pinatay ni Itachi si Fugaku? Ano ang tawag daw doon sa crime nung pinatay ni Fugaku? Okay?
Murder,
Very
sir.
good. Very good. Hindi siya murder. Bakit? Ama ni Fugaku, si Itachi, ay ama ni Itachi si Fugaku. Kaya ang crime ay Parricide. Charlie po ang sagot niyan. Parricide yan. Okay? Parricide. Next. Ano ang pinakaunang magpapakita? Ano ang unang magpapakita na patay na si Fugaku at si Mikoto? Ano ang pinakaunang magpapakita or pinakaunang confirmation na para masabi na patay na sila? Ang pinakauna, okay, ang pinakauna is para confirm na death is Algor Mortis. That is Bravo. Ano ang krimen? Nung pinatay ni Itachi si Mikoto, nanay niya, parricide. Ano ang pinakahuling magpapakita? Ano ang pinakahuling magpapakita bilang indication? Ano ang pinakahuling magpapakita bilang indication? Very good. That is rigor mortis. Anong uri ng sugat ang natamo ni Fugaku nung pagkasaksak? And that is sinaksak. That is, nakalagay ano dito? Sinaksak. Sinaksak si Fugaku sa likod ng ninja knife, ng kunai. So probably, ang pinakamalapit dito ay stab wound. Very good. May nakita ko, may special dito. Yan. Sir, pwede pa explain parricide yung blood relation para matawag na parricide. Okay. Parricide, Article 246. Parricide. Ang parricide ay the killing of your own blood. Sa pinakamadaling paliwanag. Ang hinahanap ng parricide is the sanguine or the blood. Now, in parricide, you must understand that when you kill your parents, legitimate, ibig sabihin ng legitimate inside marriage, or illegitimate, which means outside marriage, that is parricide. When you kill your child, legitimate or illegitimate, that is parricide. When you kill your wife, ang wife only legitimate, that is parricide. 4. When you kill your ascendant, which is your grandfather, great grandfather, ay grandparents na lang, mas madali. Grandparents or great grandparents. And only legitimate, that is parricide. 5. When you kill your descendants, which is grandchild or great-grandchild, and only legitimate, that is parricide. 6. Sa kapatid natin na Muslim in Islam, only the killing of the first wife counts as parricide. Okay? Yan ang parricide. Okay? Yan po ang parricide. Okay? Yan po ang parricide. Now, thank you very much for your question. Your step-parents, your stepfather, your stepmother is not counted as parricide. Why? Because going back to the definition, killing of your own blood, which is sanguinity. Ang tawag diyan sa law, kapag kadugo mo is sanguine or sanguinity. Relationship by sanguinity ang tawag diyan, by blood. by consanguinity, kung gusto mo yung buo. Ang tawag kapag naging kamag-anak mo siya, ang tawag kapag naging kamag-anak mo siya sa pamamagitan ng mahiwagang papel, ang tawag mo naman kapag sa pamamagitan ng mahiwagang papel ay co-affinity, which is through papers or through relationships as prescribed by the government. It is in the same token with co-affinity, it is in the same token with co-affinity kung kaya't ang adopted, killing of the adopted, killing of the adopted or the adopter is not parricide. Why is it not parricide? Because ang itsura niyan is co-affinity, which is ibig sabihin by paperwork, by legal, and not by blood. Okay? Hindi po kasama ang siblings. Sa family tree ng parricide, only up and only down ang parricide. Ang line ng parricide ay only up and down. Okay? Parricide is only up and down. The only time that it goes to the side o lumiliko yung parricide is the wife. Kaya po ang itsura niyan kapag pinatay mo yung kapatid mo, hindi siya counting as parricide because the relationship is linear, up and down. The only time that it can go to the side is the wife. Which is technically hindi mo kadugo, asawa mo eh. Yung magiging anak mo ng asawa mo, yun ang kadugo mo. Okay? Pag illegitimate grandchild will mitigate or aggravate. Kapag ang illegitimate po, it does not necessarily connote na kapag may relationship ay pasok agad sa alternative circumstance of either aggravating or mitigating. Pumapasok lang ang concept ng relationship if it was essential or if it is a part in the commission of the crime. Okay po? So kung ang pinatay mo ay illegitimate grandchild mo and yung pagpatay ng relationship is something towards to that one na kung saan may kinalaman yung pagiging illegitimate na grandchild, then yes, it may count as either aggravating. Mostly aggravating yan. Pero kung wala naman, edi walang circumstance yun. Okay po? Sir, ano po yung patricide? Thank you very much. Maraming nalilito nga dyan sa konsepto na yan. So let me be clear on that part. Okay? Hinawin ko yan. In the language of criminal law and jurisprudence, in the language of Philippine jurisprudence, the killing of your father is parricide. 2. The killing of your mother is matricide. Is parricide. However, in sociology or in sociological terms, 1. The killing of your father is called patricide. 2. The killing of your mother is called matricide. So yung concept ng saan naririnig yung patricide, saan naririnig yung matricide, that falls kapag kung ano yung subject mo. If it is either law or not. In the Philippine jurisprudence, you kill your father, you kill your mother, that is parricide. However, in sociology, it's a different term. If you kill your father, that is patricide. If you kill your mother, that is matricide. Okay? Sir, yung ganyang style na tanungan po ba, sir, lumalabas sa board? Yes po. Ganyan po yung style ni Attorney Gabao, infamously known as nanganganak na question. For example, A killed B. For numbers 1 to 5, refer to the following situation. A killed B. Number 1, with evident premeditation. Number 2, with evident premeditation, his son. Question number 3, with evident premeditation, his son who was less than 3 days old. Yan ang itsura ng style ni Gabao, yung nanganganak na tanong. Next, sir, natural son po ba treat as illegitimate? Sir, natural son po ba treat as illegitimate. First time kong narinig yung term na natural son. Parang kakaiba yung natural son na yon. Baka biological ang tinutukoy mo. Biological son, ang sure ako. Pag sinabi mong biological son, parricide yun kasi direktang anak yon. Yun ang sure ako, yung biological son. Yung natural, kakaiba yun. Yung natural son.
Sinubol sa puno.
Kakaiba yung natural son. Yung biological ang sure ako. Mami, alam ka natural? Kahit anong biological din yung alam mo eh. Oh. Okay, hindi ko alam yung natural bro, sorry. Ang alam ko, biological. And kapag sinabing biological, that is legitimate. Kasi kadugo mo yun. Next po. Pag live-in partner, hindi po, nakalagay po sa batas, dapat kasal. Dapat marriage yun. Ang live-in partner does not constitute marriage. There must be marriage. Either in civil or in church. Pero dapat kasal po yun. Next. Sa CLJ, sir, di ba? Yes po. Sir, pa-explain po ng euthanasia. Ang euthanasia po ay mercy killing. Mercy killing po ang euthanasia. Usually, ang euthanasia, it is more on the giving assistance to suicide. Hindi po parricide yun. Usually, giving assistance to suicide. Ang euthanasia. Sir, may regicide. Yes po, ang regicide po ay pagpatay ng hari. Kapag yung hari masama, tyrannicide. Kapag Panginoon yung hari, God, deicide. Sir, nag-e-exist pa rin po ba yung patricide and matricide? Yes po, nag-e-exist po yan. Nag-e-exist po ang patricide pati matricide, pero yun po ang language ng sociology. Kapag yan po ay language ng law and jurisprudence, parricide po. Opo, San Goku, kami ha. O, yan po ba sir papasok yung may different ang mga points kada tanong? Yes po, yan po pumapasok yung different points ng kada tanong. Usually, naglalagay sila ng circumstance do sa tanong para mag-tweak yung tanong para maging iba yung resulta ng tanong. Common yan nung board exam namin. Yan ang pinakasikat na form of questioning ni Atty. Gabaw. Yes po. Baka may man-made kasi may natural. Siguro po, opo. Pero ang alam ko talaga, biological po yun. Ha ha ha, o ha ha ha. Baka tamod pa, opo. Adopted is illegitimate. Hindi po. Hindi counted ang adopted as illegitimate. Adopted is counted as adopted. Adopted is counted as adopted. Hindi po yan counted. Okay po? There are only 4 statuses. There are only 4. Pag ikaw, halimbawa ay kasal at nagkaroon ka ng anak sa kanya, that is legitimate inside marriage. Kapag meron kang kabit at nagkaroon ka ng anak sa kabit mo, that is illegitimate. Ngayon, kung namatay yung legitimate wife mo, pinakasalan mo yung kabit mo, that is legitimated. From illegitimate, naging legitimate. Then finally, yung adopted sa pamamagitan ng mahiwagang papel. Kapag legitimated parricide, nakabanggit dyan. Kapag illegitimate, nakalagay din dyan, nakabanggit na rin dyan. Okay po, ang adopted is adopted. Through the juridical power po yan. Next po, ha ha ha. Opo, ha ha ha. Sir, paano kapag legal papers tas inampon? Pasok ba siya sa legitimate? Hindi po. Papel nga po eh. So that is co-affinity, not co-sanguinity. Parricide po is co-sanguinity. Kadugo mo dapat, hindi sa pamamagitan ng mahiwagang papel. Yes po. Illegitimate po ay anak ka ng parents mo out of marriage. Yes po, illegitimate po isa labas ng kasal. Proceed na tayo. Opo, Tagalog na Tagalog po. Opo, Tagalog po, Pilipino po. Wala pong natural son. Biological son po. Okay po. Next. Okay po. Ito. Nakita ko na yung son. Tanggol is the natural son of Ramon. Don Julio is the legitimate father of Ramon. Anak ng to. Mali English po siya. Hindi natural ba? Biological man may man artificial na son? Biological yan. Ay siya. What a English grammar ba? Tanggol is the biological son of Ramon. Ibig sabihin, si Tanggol ay anak ni Ramon. Si Don Julio ay legitimate father ni Ramon. Pinatay ni Tanggol si Don Julio. Ayun pala ang ibig sabihin niya ng natural. Kakaiba yun Nagtatanong yan Okay, sige, teka lang ha. Gawin natin yan. Sige, sagutan natin yung nandun sa chat. At nagkataon na tayo. Nagkataon nandyan na. Sige. Si Tanggol is a natural sun. We have established na wala pong natural sun. Ang tawag po natin dyan ay biological. Kakaiba yung Q&A mo ah. Biological. Biological sun ni son of Ramon. So, ibig sabihin, si Tanggol ay anak ni Ramon sa dugo. Okay? So, ilagay natin dito. Ito technique pag parricide eh. Lagi kang gagawa ng chart eh. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, Ramon, hindi. Sabihin yan, Ramon, then baba, Tanggol. Okay? Next. Ang sunod na question ay, Don Julio is the legitimate father of Ramon. Okay? Ngayon, ibaba natin dito. Okay? Si Don Julio ay legitimate father of Ramon. So itong chart natin, angat ulit. Iaangat natin. Iaangat natin kasi si Don Julio daw ang ama ni Ramon. Si Tanggol, pinatay niya si Don Julio. Si Tanggol, pinatay niya si Don Julio. So taas ang pinatay niya, ascendant, yes. Parricide yan kung ako tatanungin mo. Kasi yan yung pinaparating natin. Pinatay mo yung ascendant. Ibig sabihin, pinaparating ng tanong, pagkatapos manggago ng tanong, ang pinaparating, si Don Julio ay lolo ni Tanggol. Pinahaba lang niya. Kakaiba yun tol ah. Kakaibang natural san yan ah. Okay? Yung legitimated is una illegitimate tapos naging legitimate. Halimbawa nga, mayroon akong asawa. Asawa ko si Maria, kabit ko si Petra. Namatay si Maria. Pinakasalan ko yung kabit kong si Petra. Si Petra from illegitimate naging legitimated. Okay? Yes. Sir, sabi ni Mama, iyong boses ninyo po, galit na daw. Hindi ako galit tol, nagpapaliwanag ako. Okay? Basta related by blood. Opo, yes po. Ang tawag by relation of blood is co-sanguinity. Okay? Meron pa. Dapat po ba relationship by blood except by spouse? Yes po. Ang spouse mo dapat kasal para maging parricide. Kapag hindi po kasal yung spouse, ang tawag dun paramour. Okay? Gusto mo Tagalog? Kabit. Okay? Kapag kabit, hindi po counted yon. Okay? Ang legitimated ay from illegitimate child. Yes po. Yung illegitimate ay galing sa labas. Pinakasalan mo kasi namatay yung legitimate usually. Kaya ang tawag ay legitimated. Okay? Ano pa? Oh, yan, Yan. Time. Grabe. Legitimate na parricide yan. Legitimate. Hallelujah, parricide. Okay na. Graduate na tayo ng parricide. Graduate na tayo ha. Graduate na tayo. Yan, time. Time. Proceed na tayo. First time ko maka-encounter ng natural sun na. Tagal kong nagtuturo ng special crime invest Hindi ko alam yung natural sun. Alam ko, natural fire. Yun, natural fire versus man-made fire. Natural na drug versus synthetic drug. Yan. Kasi sabing natural, gawa ng nature. Pag sinabi mong man-made, artificial, synthetic, gawa ng tao. Okay? Ay, nako. Yan. Ampon bro, ampon is adapted. Sa adapted, it does not count as parricide. Ang adapted is either homicide or murder. Depends upon the circumstances. Okay? Kasi ang adopted is not by blood, it is by paper, by juridical entity. Okay? Pinipirmahan ka ng court. Okay? Yan. Hay nako. Okay? Alam nyo? Papaalam nga ako. Papaalam ako doon sa nagbigay ha. Hiramin ko to ha. I-download ko yung picture na binigay mo tol ha. Ano yan, pag mumuni-munihan ko yan. Pag may time. It deserves deeper analysis. Baka
Ako ni Boss Bajigid dala na.
may totoong may natural di ko lang alam. No. Pero kakaiba yon. Next.
Man.
Mga tol, i-stretching ko na hanggang 6 o'clock ha. Break time tayo ng 6 o'clock ha. Dinner break tayo ng 6 o'clock ha. I-stretching ko na ha. Yan. Bawiin ko yung mga oras na nawala ko sa inyo ha. Grabe. Round world. Yes. Let's do this. G. Oh. Okay. Ngayon, continuing on with the story. Okay, continuing on with the story. Distraught and emotionally broken because of this incident, nakita daw ni Itachi ang kanyang kaibigan na si Shisui na nagtataka kung bakit tahimik ang syudad. Si Itachi walang pagdududa at walang dalawang isip, bigla agad sinaksak si Shisui sa loob ay sa kanyang bituka ng ice pick at namatay. Ano ang tawag sa sugat na natanggap ni Shisui na sinaksak ng ice pick sa abdomen? Ano ang tawag doon? Very good. That is puncture wound. Ice pick. Ano ang krimen? Ano ang krimen nung sinaksak niya si Shisui? Ano ang krimen nung sinaksak niya? Okay? Ang tawag doon sa pagbiglang saksak niya, it is not murder. At there is no circumstance. Homicide lang yan. Wala kang circumstance ng Article 248. Wala kang, basahin mo, wala kang circumstance dyan ng Article 248. Literal na flat out lang, sinaksak niya, pinatay. That is homicide. Next. Let's continue. Story number 4. Story number 4. Si Itachi ay di na daw ginagawa. Sir, paano pag sinaksak niya tas 5 times? Pag sinaksak niya tapos 5 times, that is no longer homicide, that is murder. That is called cruelty or physical pain. Di po ba factor kung mortal wound? Hindi po. Lagi ko naririnig yan yung mga mortal wound pati o yung mga fatal wound at non-fatal wound. In this scenario, hindi question kung fatal wound or not because it is established in the scenario na nung sinaksak namatay agad. So in that case, it is not counting if it is fatal or not as the result of the action was fatal. Okay po? Yes, sa abdomen po kasi. Yes po, I understand na parang sa abdomen po kasi sinaksak. However, whether knowing that it was stabbed in the non-vital part or in a vital part, namatay pa rin siya. It doesn't change the fact na namatay pa rin siya. And we are counting on that one. Kinakount kung fatal yung wound, kung yan ay vital point or not vital point, if nabuhay. Because if, for example, a person wounds you on the neck, this neck is a vital point. That may constitute as attempted homicide. Whereas in comparison na dito ka nahiwa, it may not constitute as attempted. Okay? Or kung halimbawa, baliktarin natin sa mas madalian, kung ikaw ay nasaksak, nahiwa dito, for example, at nabuhay ka, this may constitute as frustrated homicide as this is a vital point. Whereas, for example, na merong papatay sa'yo, dito ka nahiwa sa kamay mo, which is non-vital, pwede mo maging attempted lang. Okay? Okay? Ngayon, sa senaryo kanina, on this scenario, it is irrelevant if it is on the vital point or not. As the result ng injury niya ay diretsong patay. Kasi died instantly agad eh. So, wala nang counting doon if vital yung nasugatan or not. Okay po. Next. Mortal or non-mortal? Yes, tama po kayo. Yan doon siya nagka-count. Yung sa sugod. Okay po. Next. Sir. Yes po, kumukuha po kasi ako sa anime kasi ang paborito lagi ng mga lecturer hindi anime eh. Ako na may sa anime sa amin eh. Okay po? Yes po, ganyan po ang style ng tanungan lalo kapag kay Gabaw. Yung nanganganak na tanong, ang tawag dyan. Magbibigay siya ng isang senaryo And from one scenario, kung ano yung maibigay niyang mga situations, bibigay niya. Yes po. Okay po. Next. Let's continue. Situation number 4. Si Itachi di na ginagawa para sa kapayapaan. Mamamatay tao na lang siya. Okay? Next. Yes po. Attorney Gavao is in CLJ. Siya ay nagpaplanong tumatakas nang makita niya yung kanyang girlfriend daw na si Izumi ay tumatakbo sa may estasyon, sa may pinakamalapit na estasyon. Ngayon, hinabol ni Itachi si Izumi para saksakin siya o para patahimikin siya. Yung kanyang kutsilyo na sharp, ngayon ay mapurol na, ay sinaksak niya si Izumi hanggat mamatay. Ngayon, the first question, kung wari dumating si Izumi sa police station at nakapag-report siya, pwede bang mag-apply ng warrantless arrest? Kung sakaling makapunta si Izumi dun sa police station at ni-report niya si Itachi, pwede bang makapag-apply ng warrantless arrest? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Basta yung
Okay, the answer
oras
is
at wala.
the answer is very good. The answer is no. Sir, bakit no? Kasi nakita lang niyang tumatakbo yung girlfriend niya sa police station. Walang binanggit sa tanong kung alam nung girlfriend. Anong sinabi sa tanong? Hindi din naman in flagrante delicto kasi hindi din naman nakita ni Izumi at bigla niyang sinumbong. Literal, nakita lang niyang tumatakbo. And the question does not state kung bakit tumatakbo. Yan ang essential niyan. Okay? Kaya mag-ingat kayo sa tanong. Yan, ganyan ang mga itsura ng tanong ni Atty. Gavao. Next. What was the crime committed? Ano ang itsura? Ano daw ang krimen ni Itachi nung pinatay ni Itachi si Izumi? Ang krimen ni Itachi nung pinatay si Izumi. Ang krimen ni Itachi is, anong tawag na? Very good. Murder na siya. It is no longer homicide. Bakit murder? Murder kasi, again and again, paulit-ulit niyang sinaksak. Very good. Yan. Paulit-ulit na sinaksak. Very good. Last one. Anong uri ng sugat ang natanggap ni Izumi nung sinaksak? Sinaksak si Izumi ng isang blunt na kutsilyo. Blunt na kutsilyo. Very good. That is lacerated. Very good. Okay? Okay? Very good. Yan. Sir, hindi kami makasagot kasi hindi po namin mabasa ng maigi. Okay lang yan. Sabay ka lang sa naririnig mo sa boses ko. Okay? Sabay ka lang. Pero ibibigay naman itong handout sa inyo. Pagbigay nyo ng handout, sana ang ginawa ninyo, tinago nyo yung keto correction. Para at least matanggap nyo itong Q&A ng walang sagot. So you can always answer it again. Okay? Next. Next. Itachi ay tatakas na sana nang matandaan niya kailangan niyang patayin ng kanyang kapatid. Ang katangi-tangi niyang kapatid para mapigilan siyang maipaghiganti ang pagkakamatay ng kanilang magulang. Si Itachi ay galit sa kanyang kapatid. Sa pagitan nilang dalawa, mas malakas yung kapatid niya at mas magaling kaysa sa kanya. Nainggit si Itachi sa kakayahan ni Sasuke. Ngayon, Sir, nabigay na po ba? Yes po, naibigay ko na po yung Q&A kay Sir Borsba together with handout. Meron akong kasamang handout yan. Para at least kung ayaw mong basahin yung ayaw mong sugot ng Q&A, you can always read my handout. Okay po. Wala po ba siyang highlighted yung Q&A? Wala po. Blanco pong ibibigay ko sa inyo yung Sir Borsba po. Okay? Back to the story. Papatayin ni Itachi Sasuke, nainggit. Ngayon, pumunta si Itachi sa bahay nila at nakita niya yung kanyang kapatid na naglalaro ng PS4. Ang pangalan ay Naruto Shippuden. Ang ginawa ni Itachi, kinuha si Sasuke sa leeg at inislam sa dingding. Sabihin, biglang ginano sa dingding. Si Sasuke na-stun. Hindi alam ni Sasuke kung ano yung tumama sa kanya. At biglang ginulpe ni Itachi si Sasuke. Sinuntok niya sa ulo na nagdulot ng pamumuo ng dugo at pumutok na ugat. At sinuntok sa tiyan ng napakalakas na nagkaroon ng rupturing ng blood vessel. Si Sasuke ay talagang malapit na sa bingit ng kamatayan na ang kanyang kuko at dugo ay nakay Itachi na. Nung tapos nang gulpihin ni Itachi, Sasuke ay malapit nang mamatay at 50-50. Akala ni Itachi na mamamatay si Sasuke. Laking gulat niya o laking gulat ng lahat na buhay si Sasuke. Sayang. Sayang talaga. Dapat natuluyan yun eh. Ngayon. Question. Supposing na nasuntok sa kaliwang pisngi si Sasuke, pero ang sugat ay nagpakita sa kanan. Ano ang tawag sa sugat? Very good. Bravo. That is Kontreku. Next. Ano ang tawag sa sugat nung tinamaan sa ulo si Sasuke? Nung tinamaan sa ulo si Sasuke, nagkaroon ng pamumuo ng dugo at nagkaroon ng butas. That is hematoma. Next. Ano ang krimen na ginawa ni Itachi kay Sasuke? What was the crime committed by Itachi to Sasuke? Ano ang tawag sa crime? Very good. That is prostrated murder. Next. Anong tawag naman doon sa sugat na natamo ni Sasuke nung nasuntok sa tiyan? Pupuntahan natin. Ano ang tawag kapag nasuntok sa tiyan? Effusions of blood, minamuulang na dugo sa kanyang tiyan. Ang tawag doon kapag meron lang namuong dugo, that is contusion. Finally, ano ang tawag doon sa sugat na natanggap ni Sasuke nung hinawakan ni Itachi ng sobrang higpit? Ang tawag doon ay abrasion. Okay? So, ang sagot dyan, Charlie. Okay? Next. Siguro, dahil ginugulpi ni Itachi si Sasuke, ay hindi niya narinig. Pero merong sanggol or bata na umiiyak doon sa kapitbahay nila Sasuke. Natandaan ni Sasuke na meron nga pala silang kapitbahay na may 72-hour-old baby. At papunta si Itachi doon. Ginapang ni Sasuke. Pero hindi siya makarating. Laking gulat niya. Wala na siyang narinig na umiiyak doon sa kapitbahay. Gumapang si Sasuke papunta sa bahay ng kapitbahay at nakita niya yung sanggol na patay. Ano ang kaso? At ngayon namatay ang sanggol doon. Anong basa? Anong krimen? Okay? Thank you very much for answering. Thank you. It is no longer infanticide. Why? Because the question states 72 hours old. It is not less than, so it is no longer infanticide. That is now murder alpha. That is now murder alpha. Okay? By strength, alpha. Hindi siya abortion, hindi siya infanticide. Hindi rin siya binanggit na parricide. So, kung hindi yan abortion, infanticide, parricide, that would fall on murder. Bakit hindi homicide? Thank you very much. Because in that particular scenario, abuse of strength is definitely one of the main reasons. It can be qualified as qualifying circumstance kasi hindi siya less than 3 days. Less than 3 days ang infanticide. Pero definitely murder yan. Because there is an abuse of superior strength. Okay? Thank you very much. Now, sakto lang, the time is 5:30 and 2 areas remaining. I think it's a great time para magkaroon tayo ng dinner break. Okay? At kung mapapansin nyo, nag-straight tayo for 4 hours. Nag-bars tayo ng 4 hours. Whew! Kaya short break muna tayo. I think we really deserve it. Now, mag-extend ako, ma'am, mag-extend ako konti kasi po may mga tawag ako kanina sa work and kailangan mag-pause ng time. So, i-resume ko po yun. I'll make up for the lost time. Okay po?
Okay lang po, sir. Okay lang po.
Okay. Sige.
Anong subject na susunod, sir?
Ayun no,
May area,
sarap
sir.
no. O yan no, San Mig Apple no. Yan no, San Mig Apple no. San Mig Apple no.
Sir. Oh, sir. San
Okay.
Miguel po.
Yan, marami na akong naiinom na alak para alam ko na yan. Yan. Ma'am, if memory serves me right, ang bourse ba po, ang face-to-face nyo, Marikina?
Yes po. Kalahati po. Parang around Marikina Antipolo po siya. Parang nasa gitna.
Kasi po ma'am, I have yet to experience the pleasure of teaching face-to-face. Pero pwede nyo pong ipadala po sa amin yung alak. Isend ko po sa inyo yung address. Ipa-LBC na lang po ma'am. Taga Cavite lang po kami ma'am.
Oo.
Malapit na yun, sir. Malapit ka na rin pumunta.
Oh, sir.
Ay, nako. Sige. Let's have our dinner break muna. Let's resume at 6:30. Okay?
6:30 po.
Malapit na rin naman tayo matapos. 1 hour po. Para at least makapagpahinga din sila ng konti. Then, konti na lang yan. We will be boosting it up until maka-reach tayo ng 8 o'clock.
Okay po, sir. Yeah. And good luck
Tatapusin
din
ko. Yes po. Nagtatanong po, yes po, tatapusin ko po yan. Tapos, nagbigay na rin ako kay Sir Borsman yun ng handouts. Para meron kayong
Anong subject
Q&A,
mo ba
tapos
nun,
meron din
subject,
kayong
sir?
actual material. Okay?
Anong
Okay.
subject na yan, sir?
Very much.
Thank you po.
See you for a while. Sige.
Kasi sa pagkanta mo ka lang. Mamaya, Ali. Mamaya ka. Yan sabi ko sa'yo. Sige na. Thank you.